Welcome to Coffee with Carrie. Thanks for stopping by. Never, ever make a man chase you. It has detrimental effects attached to it. I want to share with you today the reasons why having a man chase you may seem like a good idea. You've always heard to play hard to get. That was a game that everybody played, but it does not work out to your benefit, and I'm going to explain why. If that's at all interesting or intriguing, please stick around because that's what's on the agenda. The reason why you should not try to make a man chase you is because confident and secure men won't chase after you. They will not play hard to get. They are not into games. So many men will actually tell me that they prefer older women who are not game players to younger women who have a tendency to want to have a man chase them and give them some type of a boost of ego because they're being pursued. But really confident men, they want to have control of part of the situation and moving it forward. They want to choose you, but they don't want to chase you. They're not into manipulative games. And then there's a problem that goes along with this if in fact you do get them to chase you. If you manipulate him into chasing you, he will eventually catch you because it was just a game. You made him chase you. And you know what happens to a man who is willing to do the chasing once he accomplishes his goal? Gets a little bored. He moves on for another chase. So really what you've done in this situation is that you have focused in on and selected a man who isn't going to just walk away because he's not into the games. He's a fella who will pursue because he likes that game. He likes the chase. But those men who will chase and will pursue are in it for the game. And they don't want to give up the game just because they've got you. There's something in them that likes to do that. And they will seek that out again. He will want to possess something that he doesn't have if he's that type of a fella with that type of a drive. It's just not satisfying to that kind of a man to have something. It's about the getting something. Instead, my suggestion is to make a strong emotional attachment with a man over time. And if that's the kind of connection you're looking for, that's the type of man who you are trying to attract. Not the kind who's going to chase you around and then lose interest, but the man who can take his time becoming emotionally invested in you. And the reason for that is hormonal. Typically, men, as they are feeling attraction to women growing, have their testosterone that is actually blocking the oxytocin that you need when you fall in love with someone. So when you can get that oxytocin flowing in a man towards you, he will be hooked on you. He will love you and have a strong connection to you. And that's the kind of connection that will last because you've chosen a man who actually will stick around. But alas, there is one more point here that you need to be made aware of. This is a 3-point system here, I think. And that is you can ruin all of this by doing one thing too soon. You know what it is, don't you? Sleeping with him. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm telling you statistically and based on science what's more likely to happen. There are plenty of relationships of happily married couples or families where they slept together on the first date and it works out. But statistically, your odds are better of having an actual relationship, a lasting relationship with this person, if you first allow him to develop feelings for you before having sex with him. This is something I first asked friends and relatives, my son even, about early on in my matchmaking and coaching experience because I just needed more data from people I knew. And I was curious if sleeping with somebody, a man in particular, I know it changes things for women because that oxytocin kicks in and we're like stuck on these people that we've had sex with, whether we know that they're truly a match for us or not. But I wondered what happened with men. So I asked a lot of questions. And it seems that while it makes women feel giddy and immediately attached, it takes longer to break through testosterone and a man to feel that way. I remember asking my son when he was in his early 20s and I was first coaching, and I said, well, what's your opinion? What do you think about sleeping with somebody on the first date? What about my female clients? Is that something that you would suggest they do? A young early 20s guy thought he'd go, oh, yeah, everybody should just sleep together right away on the first date, But he said, no, I think your clients should wait a while. And I'm like, well, how long? And his suggestion was until the man develops some feelings, or the feels, he said at the time. This was years ago. And he's right on, because studies have shown that allowing the testosterone to wear off a little bit from those initial stages of lust and allow feelings to come into play, because now he can access his oxytocin, will give you a much better chance that this man feels something for you. And you can build upon a base of a relationship when he can actually access the oxytocin. So we don't want all the testosterone, we want the oxytocin, and it takes a while for that to come into play when the testosterone is so strong and overpowering early on during the stage of his desiring of you. Those are my tips. Take them or leave them. But that is what I have been recommending to clients for a while now, based on the science, and I thought you'd want to know. To reiterate, never make a man chase you, play games, or manipulate him in a way where he feels he has to pursue you, while he also recognizes that this is a test of some nature or a game you're playing. Because if you find a man who will chase you, he's not the man you want. Well, I hope you found that interesting or helpful. If you did, please give the episode a thumbs up. That's my mom with the suggestion. I would be ever so grateful if you would do me the favor of actually subscribing to the channel. So many people watch but don't take that extra minute to click on the subscribe button, and it really helps me out a lot, as well as allowing more great daters to be out there waiting to meet you, because they're also better daters for having met me. Does that make sense? Anyway, I'll look forward to seeing you next time. And until then, thanks again and have a good one.